Yeah, our topic today is code refactoring. Well, just now you have got the basic theme of a workshop. So, what are the problems faced by people in our country, and what we can do to innovate people in our country, and what we can do to overcome these problems? Like, the solution for this is good environment. Good environment is a mixture of innovative people plus systematic and discipline process plus tools. Now, code refactoring is one such process, one such systematic and disciplined process. So, before directly diving into this topic, I want to know how many of you are into coding. Just send yes or no in the chat box. Okay, fine, fine. I think most of you are into coding. Okay. Now, I want to ask how many of you feel that your code is industry compliant coding, that you do industry compliant code. Same, just send yes or no. Okay. Yes, that's true. Most of the students doesn't do the industry compliant coding. That is because most of the students are mostly result oriented. Result oriented. No one in the college expects you to be more systematic and disciplined in your approach. That is why we tend to be more result oriented, right? So code refactoring is basically a process of making some changes to an already right code in a way that it fits the industry coding standards. You have a more formal definition here, like given by told by Martin Fowler. Okay, so I've told about coding standards, right? Refactoring is a process of making changes in a way that it fits the industrial coding standards. Coding standards. Well, what are coding standards? Can anyone guess? You can type it in the comment section, like in the chat section, if anyone knows. Yes, rules. Yeah, and then can you elaborate it? If anyone can, well, no problem. Yeah. Coding standards or rules or set of rules and guidelines to be followed for a specific programming language in a way that the code is more understandable, easy to understand and easy to maintain. See, and benefits for coding standards are the code can be easily understood and proper consistency is maintained. It's consistency in the sense the code will be more or less the identical if two different persons work on the code and do the code refactoring. Sorry, and if they adhere to the rules of coding standards. And now, if your code is according to these rules, you say that your code is refactored, or you say that your code is a refactored code and it is refined. Then okay, now you might be thinking, what happens if we do not if you do not do code refactoring? So you'll have a lot of problems. So first, let's talk about this. Basically, when a company is designing an application, a lot of people work on the code part. It's not that only one person works on the code and it would go on. A lot of people work on it. So it is very important for the code to be understandable and easy to maintain. So and also, if your code is success and your software runs, it's not that your software will run for many years to come like that. What you have to do is you have to regularly refine the code, or else your code rots. And if your code rots, it leads to many problems, and sometimes even leading to a failure of the whole application. And failure means a huge money loss for the company. So, and then code smells. Code smells is more of a technical term. I don't want to be too technical in this workshop. So, and if anyone of you want to know, code smells is caused due to unwanted functions, constructors, classes, variables, etc. in the code. And this code smells lead to many problems like poor readability and longer debugging time and difficulty in maintaining the project. Software aging is caused due to code smells and a lot of other things. You will not understand those things now. And software aging, due to software aging, your software decays, and to avoid it, you'll have to regularly refine the code. That is code refactoring. And why to learn code refactoring? You might have figured it out by now. A refactored code eliminates all the code smell problems, and the code becomes much more clean and easy to understand. Moreover, if you encounter any bugs, debugging becomes easier because of because there are no unwanted functions, um, and and everything is properly placed, like the code and everything. Now let's get into the advantages. The code refactoring keeps the code clean, that is free of code smells. Oh, explained before, easy to maintain. Yeah, now that the code is easy to understand and it can be understood by many people, you can easily maintain it. And then bugs are easier to find. Yeah. Now that you understand the code easily, you will be able to locate where the bug arises. The risk of project failure is reduced. I have explained you this before. Due to code smells and all these problems, there is a chance that your project might fail. And if you do code refactoring, this risk is greatly reduced. Saves time and money in the future. Money. Okay. Sorry, I've stuck. Okay. Saves time and money in the future. Now that you can easily understand the code, you don't have to waste a lot of time in understanding the code in the future. Then improves the performance of the application. Your code doesn't have unwanted functions, variables, etc. So this directly reduces the running time of the application. So which leads to faster performance and improved performance of the application. Better customer experience. Now that your application gives quicker responses, no users complain about a slower performance, and anyway, a better customer experience. Yeah, that's it. This is a theory of code refactoring. Now let's get into the execution part. Okay, you'll be provided with a code refactoring module. There you'll have the coding standards for two languages, C++ and Python. And if you want to code in some other language, for some other language like Java, you can search it in like Java coding style guide. In the module, you'll get to know how to create documentation for your code, and you will also be introduced to being a professional developer. And yeah, that is it.